So Bobby, in regards to his jumping, you want to reinforce him for just coming up to you when he's in an excited state and just keeping his front feet on the ground. Somebody's jealous of training. If he comes up to you and goes into an automatic one, you can also reinforce him for that. Then you can preemptively sit. Tell him to sit before he gets to you. Oh, now we're gonna get an orchestra. Bobby, touch. Good boy. His touch behavior. Touch. Touch. Can be an easy way to get him from point A to point B. So if I wanted him to sit here, or if I want him to sit over here, touch. Go away. Sit. We haven't practiced this, so touch. But you can see how I can manipulate his movements by just teaching him this simple behavior. And then once he gets to a certain location, I can ask him to perform another behavior. Over here. Sit. I just tried to get him to sit next to me. Here. Sit. There we go. He really wants to show off his wave. Sit. He's gonna start performing this behavior by himself, and don't do what I just did right there. It's just to reinforce it when you're not asking for it, or he's just going to start throwing it out anytime he sits. Be careful that you stay away from him so he doesn't think it's the behavior of scratching you. What you want to do is progressively move up to 2 swipes, 3 swipes, 4 swipes, however many you want. But basically it's this hand motion next to him right now. Later on it's going to be a little bit higher up. Your goal is most likely to create a waving sensation like this. But right now it has to be pretty close to his head for him to think that it's almost like the pawing behavior, like that. But really what he's doing is he's missing and still getting reinforced. We want to take away the jump. I know, you got a toy over there. Bob, over here. Sit. We want to get away from reinforcing any jumping behaviors, because if you're thinking about him, I'm thinking about my dog opening up the door. If you're thinking about him performing for people in hospitals or kids, especially kids that may not be familiar with dogs, you want to be careful that you don't reinforce him for performing any behaviors that he may end up involuntarily hurting them. So this is how you would keep practicing the shake behavior, getting more and more shakes for more and more waves. Over here. Bobby. Bob. Sit. Come here. If he performs another behavior, you immediately cut off from him. There you go. Be careful if you have body lean too. Remember, if you lean your body towards him, he's prone to going into a down. So just like doing this to him. So be careful when you are training that you are not incorporating that body position. I know I just popped that toy. Bob, come. Specifically kicked it so it would be further away. Down. So try to keep your body still and straight when performing down behaviors. Touch. Touch. So as you saw, like he waved, I didn't reinforce that. Touch. We're only reinforcing behaviors that we ask for. even if they're cute or doing something else, what you're really doing it by reinforcing randomly is confusing your dog, and then he can become anxious in an environment that he doesn't know what he is being asked for. Sit. Down. This is a great mental exercise too. Touch. For the winter months. Be careful too that think about why isn't he performing. Touch. It's because he's confused. Touch. Oh, that's Rosie. So breaking away. Touch. There we go. And asking for him the behavior again. But sometimes this body posture makes him think that you dropped something. Touch. Good. Touch. Good boy. You don't need to use a clicker for any of these behaviors until you start to perform more scalpel-like behaviors, like we will at the end. We'll try to start teaching him how to wave his paw, salute, I mean. So what else were we working at? Down. Stay. Stay implies I'm going to come back to you. So even if you don't have a lot of room to work with, you can still linger and do things like knocking, picking up toys, dropping toys. So right there, as we talked about in the previous one, down. That's the moment that I go in and reach for the treats. Stay. He ended up popping up. So if I want a very clean stay behavior, it has to be stay all the way to giving him a treat. And as you're noticing, I'm coming in low to him so that he's not prompted to go up into down, getting treats. Like if you had him up here, he's more prompted, and we worked on that too. Him not going for treats if they're coming to him, which will also create a softer mouth. Down. You can see the stare towards the hand. Down, and how much easier he was able to perform with the distraction out of sight. So keep all those things in mind when you're training him. Touch. Again, that dropped idea. Touch. Hey. Touch. I like to keep my hand signals a little bit different. So paw is this way, shake is this. Touch is more of a sideways. Touch. He's like still looking. Touch. Touch. Good boy. Sit. The other thing that we were working on too was working on his core muscles, which is good for him to build up if he is going to have any sort of hip or leg issues. It's holding the treat between the thumb and index finger and kind of creating a wall and really working on him maintaining that body posture. Making sure that we give him an ample room so that if he needs to back up, he can, or if he does fall. What you're trying to get up to is for him to maintain body position and not going for the treat. So over time, what we're going to do is try to get him up there and raise our hand just a little bit at a time. As you can see, it's just a fraction. But we want to keep him away from standing. Just like that. That is exactly what we want to practice. He goes up, stays, and then gets the treat. We try to clean it up as soon as possible. We don't want to think about cleaning it up later. Start to reinforce what you want from the beginning. So his whole standing up behavior gets punished by the treat going away. He remains in this position, the treat comes in. So I may work up to moving our hands, but at the beginning, think about playing this hot cold game with him. If you want to play, take a little break. Think about playing this hot cold game with him, that you're constantly telling him what is right and what isn't. Stop. So you're telling him what is right and what isn't right. And each time you give him a treat, you're telling him what he's doing is right. So we want to set up a foundation of the behavior that we're looking for. This is any type of behavior. This is what, yeah, there we go, Bob. This behavior is unlike other behaviors where he just lays down and he's down. Or he waves his paw and he waves his paw. This behavior also incorporates him learning how to balance. So maybe a little bit slower than some other behaviors that don't require actual balance work. I think somewhere in my videos I have a behavior called stick 'em up, where I taught my corgis to do this. And then they're actually now able to sit up like that for a long time. But at the beginning it wasn't long. It was Bob. Somebody's not happy. So whenever you're giving him treats, you can try to give it to him. I know you gotta swallow, buddy. You need to help him, you can massage the neck right there. Sometimes just leaving your dog alone is a little better. Basically, that's what you're working on, and then as he gets better with that, removing the hand a little bit. So you gotta find that sweet spot where you can remove your hand not too far up high so he is prone to going up into a stand, but enough that he remains seated, like that. There we go. It's fine for him to use your hands right now as a, don't worry. He's not getting it. It's okay for him to use your hands. Ro, knock it off. What's the next thing that we're working on? The rollover behavior. You're gonna have a couple of treats in your hand. To make this pretty quick, I'm going to only give him a treat or two. Down, and the hand comes in your back of your palm on his head. And then you can drop the treat down low. If we want to continue to perform maybe multiple rollovers, we want to think about where we place our treats is where he's going to go. So if he thinks that having the treats down low is where they're going to be, he's more prone to being in a down low position. Rollover. If you want to work on him pretending to be dead, you can give him treats at the mid interval. Sometimes dogs, it's easier for dogs to learn this going the other way. So one way is rollover, the other way, but he may be ambidextrous enough to stop halfway. Nicely done. Nicely done. So that was without even using the hand. Brilliant. Let's see. Down. Roll over. Roll over. Roll over. So right there, this hand posture, going like that, is his rollover cue. So what we're trying to do is train him to listen to just the word. So we're going to say the word and then follow it up with that. Roll over. A little too excited. Come here. We also want to make sure that when he is practicing this, he has the space. Roll over. Nicely done. That's awesome, Bobby. Over here. Down. Roll over. Roll over. So, I did not give him a treat for good enough, or that was close. If you reinforce that he's going to have sloppy ones, I know you did so well. You did so well. We'll play with that later. We'll play with that later. Bobby. Down. Down. Roll over. Nicely done. So you still have to have this. So if what you want to do is, you're just going to find more and more toys. Bobby. I know, I'm talking too much. Over here. Down. Roll over. This is how you're going to get him to learn the word, is saying the word and then doing this behavior. Over here. Down. Roll over. There we go. Case in point. Bobby, over here. You're doing so well. Bob. You're just looking for more toys. How long have we been training now? About 17 minutes. Alright, you want to work on something a little easier on your head? So this is another thing that we were talking about, is the salute. And you want him to manipulate his head somehow and reward him for that. This is where the clicker can come in handy. Bobby. Yeah, over here. Clicker can come in handy, or a marker word, like I'll be using the word yep. 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 Okay, up here, buddy. So you can see how you can capture him manipulating his head. Bobby. Yep. Alright. This may end up being a little bit more trouble than it's worth with that. Sit. Paw. Paw. I mean, I would either use like a scrunchie, a rubber band, a little bit of a tape, not so much tape. So maybe a smaller piece of tape. Go boy Bob. What we're trying to do too is have a higher, yep, a higher I'm really having trouble doing this. He puts his head a little too low for this behavior to use with tape. So I'll send you links about how to do this with other things. We can concentrate on doing a little bit more fun stuff. So other things you can do too is to rile him up. Yeah, Bobby. Oh, Bobby. Sit. Bobby. I know, you just want your toys. Oh, Bobby, 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 sit. Rile him up and then ask him for behaviors like sit. Because when he gets riled up, that's when he jumps on you, right? So, Bobby, sit. You want to practice sits when he gets riled up. So you rile him up, you play a little bit with him, sit, and get him to understand that you're not in just a calm state of mind, but in an excited state of mind too. And if he does jump up on you, you just turn your back on him. Yeah, 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 yeah. Sit. You just keep working on that. Be preemptive about it, so that when you walk into the house and you know that he's going to jump up on you, maybe leave some treats in your car or right outside. Very good. Very good. Leave some treats outside, mailbox, in the car, and when you come in, have treats ready at his head height, so that he gets to you and he has his front feet on the ground. Treat goes above his head, he goes into a sit. You make this a consistent thing every single time you meet him. Treat head height, second treat. He'll start to greet you, at least with his front feet on the ground, and maybe into a sit. And then you can give him what he wants. If you're fine with him jumping up on you, make it create a different contextual photo to him, or picture to him. So when you're kneeling down, it means he can jump up on you. But when you're standing, by default, it means that he can't. You got a hot dog? You got a hot dog? Alright, go get it. Oh boy. Oh boy. Bobby. You were working on the retrieval, if I remember correctly. Bobby. Oh, Bobby, Bobby, Bobby. Oh, Bobby, Bobby, Bobby. Backing up away from your dog gets your dog to come towards you. Then you offer him something good for him to to let it go. Bobby, over here. Good boy. Over here. Over here. Bobby. Over here. Give it. Sit. Good boy, Bobby. Bob. Give it. In. Down. Down. So you can use retrieve to also do some training. And what you also do, I'm just going to let Rosie in. It's going a little nutty. Rosie, come on. Rose. Oh boy. Where's the hot dog? What we were saying is to show Bobby that jumping up doesn't work, but downing on other things, behaviors like that, get you to throw the ball, get you to throw the toy. Good boy, Bobby. Give it. And then you start offering a food right up to his nose. Bobby, come here. Bobby, come here. Down. Oh boy. So moving away from him. Good boy, Bobby. Give it. Down. Down. And now we just took the noise inside, didn't we? And then where does he think he's going to go? He's going to go to his, or that way. So change up where you throw it to. Down. So that he doesn't know exactly. Come here. Down. where you're going. So he's not preemptively always going. They're smart. They figure out patterns. We as humans fall into patterns all the time. Bobby. Get it. Let's see. How much do you retain? Sit. And reward sits. Keep rewarding sits, especially sits that don't have any pause associated with it. Then, when you wave at him, he can wave at you. You could even do high five. High five. We haven't ever practiced that, but if you get him to do high fives, I like to do it with my dogs, where I clap and I do that, which really means that they can. You just bring me every single toy. Bobby. Bob. Down. Roll over. Roll over. There we go. You little genius. Down. Oh, that's a freebie. Down. Roll over. Roll over. See, like, how little I need to do that now. So keep striving to just get it on the word. If you were a fireman and we're teaching your dog this, you can include it in the trick about, you know, what do we do if there's a fire, stop, drop, and roll. And you can then call it, you know, the roll part of it. Down. Roll over. No, he didn't do it this way. Roll, stop destroying the house. Down. Roll over. So keep that in the back of your mind. If you've been working on the word rollover and he's doing great at home, take it on the road, as they say. And you know just where the food comes from. Take it on the road. And by that I mean practice it in the kitchen, in the living room, in the hallways, apartment hallways, inside, everywhere you go, so he can then generalize it. If you are noticing he was doing so great with the word in the living room, and now that we went out of the house, he's falling apart a little bit, go back to using this. Down. And every single time I ask him for a down, I also give him a little bit of a pause. So it's not down and roll over, down and roll over. Or one day you're going to say down and he's just going to roll right over instead of doing down. So you just bring me every single toy. All right. All right, come here. So sometimes just incorporate it down. Down. And then give him a treat for that. All right, come here. Down. Up. Little fried bananas already, huh? Down. What's that? Down. Down. Roll over. Down. Roll over. So as we were talking about before, if you want to do the dead dog thing, you just give them treats in the middle. Down. Bang. Alright, over here. Down. You're crazy. You're crazy, Tom. Down. Down. Bang. you could just keep working on giving him a treat in the middle and calling it something completely different. If you can get him to roll over one way and doing bang the other way, it's going to be easier. But I'm not going to take up the time to do that right now. I think somebody would rather play than work for food anymore. Because he's pretty much picked up every single toy. So incorporate play. I mean, we can keep training. But his reward, what he's telling me here, is he's done with food, down, and he'd much rather work for toys rather than food. So you're gonna have to work for. Oh, you got somewhere you can't reach. I got it. Don't you worry. So use what he wants to work for. Yeah, oh boy. Get it? We're not gonna play fetch and tug at the same time. We have a whole different game with tug. With my dogs, I train them that when I tell them to take something, it means either put it in your mouth, hold it, or play tug with me. Down. Free. And have fun. He's obviously having fun.